Alright, so welcome to another class. Ngayon, we're just gonna have a short discussion lang, which is about functions, yung T subclass of, T array, what else? Ano pa ba yung sinabi ko? Child components. Okay, yeah. Important yung child components. At saka, how to deal with errors if you cannot build yung project nyo. So, sa mga dulo na yun. Okay. Sa mga nag-start na mag gawa ng project, has anyone learned about functions? Yes, recorded naman tong i-post ko na lang afterwards. Is live coding supposed to be on? I would say no. Wag mo na i-on. Kahit sa akin, kahit sa akin naka-off siya. Even in the lab, off ko siya. I think it's a new feature of Unreal 5 that I don't want to deal with. So, in-off ko siya. You've found some articles on functions, not familiar. Functions in C#. Okay, sige. So, essentially, functions in C++ is almost the same with C# except that may header tsaka may CPP. So, of course, kapag header, this is where you place yung mga names ng functions and their data type. Either void lang siya, or maybe it returns a data type like float, or int, ayun. So, it's the same thing, except that the function itself or kung anong gagawin niya is andito sa CPP file. So, let's say we have a function na spawn zombie, right? Let's say I also created a definition for this CPP file. Ayan. Now, if I compile this function will not appear at all in the blueprint. Dito lang siya gagana sa C++. And the only ones that could access this right now is mga children niya because under protected siya. Kapag public siya, sure. Kapag public, this function can be accessed outside, 'di ba? I mean, I think you've learned this naman in C# kapag public protected, mga ganun. So in this case naman, if let's say you want a function to be called from outside of this class, ayun, lalagay niyo sa public. But again, this will not appear in your blueprint. The only way to make this appear is to use using the ufunction macro and using certain specifiers inside sa loob nito. If anyone has remembered anything sa sa pinakaunang turo ko sa C++, does anyone remember any specifier? Specifiers of ufunction.
So yung mga
edit anywhere.
visible anywhere.
Mali. Okay. Sino pa ba? ufunction. Okay. So, si edit anywhere, property siya. Yeah. So, edit anywhere, visible anywhere, property siya. Pero, functions have different sets of specifiers. So, anyone else? Wala ako yung naalala. Okay lang. Kasi sabi ko naman wag nyo i-memorize. Okay, sige. So, there are 3 or 2 that I usually use. One is blueprint readable. There is blueprint readable, there is blueprint pure, and blueprint implementable event. So these are three kinds of specifiers that are usually used. So let's go with yung una. Not blueprint readable. Blueprint callable. Ayan. So from this specifier pa lang, what do you think would it do? Ano yung mangyayari sa blueprint? If it's a specifier of blueprint callable, what do you think would happen sa blueprint? Or that could happen sa blueprint? Tama, maguhos. So, if I use the specifier blueprint callable, this should be able to be seen sa blueprint. I should be able to call spawn zombie. So, let's try that. It might take a while, pero I will compile this. So, while that's happening, I'll do another one. Okay, never mind. Nag-compile na. So, testing natin. Gawa ko ng blueprint of si tile. BP tile. Ayan. So, you notice that I should be able to call spawn zombie. And here it is. It is like a function, but if you double click it, bubuksan niya yung C++ files for spawn zombie. Alright, so that's blueprint callable. The thing is, itong spawn zombie, I am not able to do any events inside of blueprint. As in, I cannot modify whatever's inside of this hanggang C++ lang. Kung ginawa ko, let's say, spawn items. If I use function blueprint implementable event, what do you think will happen if I use this specifier? Blueprint implementable event. Kasi magbuhos lang, may estudyante ka ata dito eh. Anyone? Okay, sige. So, tama si magbuhos. You can change this event in the editor mismo. So, if I access here, if you try to call spawn items, you see that it is an add event. So, para siyang ganito. Parang gumawa ka ng custom event dito. It's like doing this. Except, yung function niya mismo is nasa C++, pero you can do the actions within the blueprint. So, kayo, what do you think would be the use of this? Having a implementable event. Something that you can do sa blueprint.
To trigger something, sir.
Pwede.
On death, ganun po.
Pwede. Anyone else?
Attach sound effect po.
Attach sound effect. That I think is a very important thing. Kasi what we want is always to have the mga play sound, mga ganyan, or like yung mga something to do with widgets, whatever. Or something that's only hanggang blueprint lang. Like, well, in this case, let's say lang si AI move to, mga ganon. It is better na blueprint siya. well, especially sounds. So this way, like let's say let's say a gun, okay? You can do like spawn effects na blueprint implementable event. So those effects, like yung pag-spawn ng emitter, mga ganun, ayun, pwede mo siya gawin sa blueprint. Pero that function itself is called in C++. Alright? So those are the useful thing about blueprint implementable event. Follow? Naka-follow naman? Any questions about that? Or si blueprint callable?
Yes, sir. Guess naman.
Okay, straightforward naman, no? Sige. How about blueprint pure? If anyone has delved a bit deep sa blueprints in Unreal, you should know what pure means. Pure cast. Same thing, I think. Take any input values. Yes, yes. So all of that is true. So in Unreal, if you have a function, let's say get transform. Let's say a function na ang gusto mo lang may lalabas lang siyang transform or a value. Let's say ito. And let's say I want to get world transform. Get actor transform. Right? So what if I just want a function that does this? It will get the actor transform. Usually, if you do this, let's say you call new function, gaganito siya, diba? Para may input siya dito, tapos may output. But in this case, kasi nothing really happens. There's no event happening in between, and it's just me trying to get something. You can change it into a pure. So, if ginawa kong pure yan, you'll notice that my function is now just this. Wala siyang input or anything. It's just straight up, ganun. So, ito, you can give it naman like if you want to, let's say, calculate something. Let's say you calculate the vector. And then you do something between that will end up with a transform. Let's say make transform. Let's say something like this. Right? You do some calculation. Maybe you want it to rotate by 90 or something. Whatever. It would still work as a pure. Lalagay mo lang dito whatever yung vector mo. And then it will shoot out a data or a value, whatever is calculated here. So it's the same thing in C++. If we call it a blueprint pure, let's say float, int 32 get kills or something, I don't know. And I call this u function blueprint pure. So in here I will create a definition. I will return, let's say, calculate amount of kills, and then return that kills. Say something, whatever. Right? If I compile this, I should still be able to call that get kills and get kills, and it's only ganito, wala siyang input. Alright? So those are three specifiers that are mostly used when you code. Any questions so far? Okay pa?
Sir, when do you usually make it pure?
Depends. If you're not gonna do anything within the function like an event that will be called whatever, and it's just pure really just calculation and stuff, I would just make it pure.
Okay, pero yung default po talaga is yung callable lang po.
Yeah. Let's say si ano, 'di ba? If you remember your project 1 in GAMPRG2 where you get the transform of the arrow component. Oh, may ganun ka? Like, transform, F transform, get spawn, get next, spawn, transform, something like that, right?
Yes, sir.
In this case, kasi we're just getting the transform of the arrow. So what I would do is like arrow, and then arrow, and then get get world, I think. Get actor transform, I think. Tapos yun yung i-return ko. Return. In this case, there's not really any calculation, but you're not also doing any events in between. You're just returning this transform. So I would make this pure, just to make it neat. Kasi okay lang naman kung callable. It's alright. There's nothing wrong. It's just that this way mas neater siya to look at. But yeah, yun lang naman talaga yung for pure.
Okay, so it's mostly used for getters lang to.
Yep.
Ah.
Okay. Any questions? So ito, why do you think si blueprint implementable event di ko siya ginawang function here or a definition, and yet it was still able to run? So since sinabi kong blueprint implementable event, meaning all the function of it is in blueprint, it is okay to leave it empty here. Wala siyang definition at all. I believe nga if you create a definition, it will actually shoot an error sa blueprint. Or sa editor pala. Sa pagkakalam ko. Ayan, see? Mag-error siya. If you try to read this, look out for the error here. It will read like something, whatever. Already defined in tile, whatever. So in this case, you see it's called spawn items. It doesn't really tell you like why. This log will not tell you exactly why it is a problem. It will just say, nah, it's already defined. So in that case, it's usually just because it is a blueprint implementable event. It's already defined in the blueprint, so you don't have to. So you shouldn't create a definition for it. Alright? So blueprint implementable event, basta wag kayong gumawa ng wag kayong gumawa ng definition for it. Everything else, sure. Go ahead. Okay? Sige. Kaya kuha naman. Okay. Next. If nag-gets nyo naman, T subclass of. It's such a weird name, right? T subclass of. Again, sa mga who was able to go advanced, have you ever encountered this T subclass of? Sige, none. Okay, it's alright. So, si T subclass of, imagine what if I wanted a certain class that I want to spawn, right? Let's say yung obstacle natin or whatever. Let's say I want an obstacle to spawn. First, I need a a copy of that blueprint. So one way to get that is to like make it like class let's say I already have I have a obstacle and then obstacle, right? And then I could make this as u property edit anywhere. Okay, so oops, sorry, let me add this. Now the problem with this, itong a obstacle, it is looking for something that is already instantiated in the world or the map. It cannot work with blueprint nandito. You cannot like put it in because the blueprint in here hasn't been instantiated. It's here in your editor pa lang. You cannot call that in I'm sorry. You cannot call that in the editor. Okay? It won't work. The only way for you to able to call to get a copy of a certain blueprint here, you have to use t subclass of and then a obstacle. What's gonna happen here is I should put class. I have to forward declare it. What's gonna happen here is you should be able to have a list of available blueprints. Right. So what does it look like? Let's say gumawa akong let me just create here. Let's say gumawa akong obstacle. So here's obstacle. So kung gumawa ako ng function, not function, but variable of obstacle classes. Right. This looks familiar sa mga nag-GAMPRG2. And then this like obstacle. And we want class reference. Only with this class reference I will be able to pick. But if I use itong class a obstacle object, whatever. If I use this one, it's like saying instead of yung class, I am getting the object reference. Kaya sabi ko, it is if you can only get this can only work if it is instantiated already in the map. Hindi siya yung parang makuha mo yung class. So itong obstacle class reference, this is the same as doing t subclass of. It will only give you the choice of all the obstacles in your editor. But the thing is, this code will only work if you have a C++ class. If gumawa ka ng blueprint na ganito, there is no way for me to be able to use this. You're gonna end up having to do it in the blueprint mismo. Kailangan C++ class nandito. Okay, so let's test it out. Instead of objects, I want pick up. So let me just add it to the project. Ayan, may problem ako. And let me just check. So, there's a problem because naglagay ako dito sa tile natin may class. Nag-forward declared ako na may class na A obstacle. Kahit na alam ko walang A obstacle. So, I have to delete it first. Delete it first and then I will compile again. So, that's how you read yung mga yung mga log nyo. Always check the red. Okay? Makita mo agad ano yung error. So again, let me just go back here to my tile. This does not exist. Therefore, I will comment it out. Okay, that should be good. Compile. And it's going to take a while. Ayan. So there's my pickup. Okay. So if I go to tile, let's say I use T subclass of see a pickup. And then let's also make this one a pick up. And then U property edit anywhere. Compile. Okay. So my BP tile, I should be able to see na may obstacle object ako tsaka obstacle. So sino si obstacle object? Yung class A pickup. Yung obstacle, yan yung T subclass of. So obstacle object, you'll see wala siya dito. There's nothing here. Because again, it's like getting a actual object. But si obstacle, makita mo, meron siyang pickup. So if I create a child class of pickup, you would see that lalabas rin siya dun. You see there should be BP pickup. Yan. Okay? So this is used for when you have, if you want a certain class, yung class mismo. Like if spawn mo, ayun, use T subclass of. I believe T array should also, we'll get to there pala. Okay? Any questions here? The difference of T subclass of and just straight up class? Ito. So again, it's used if you want to spawn something or mostly just spawning something. Like if you want the class reference mismo. Ayan. So if I do here obstacle. No, sorry. This won't work pala kasi di ko ginawang blueprint read right. So I am not able to get it. So if I do here blueprint read only, ito blueprint read right, oops, wala yan. Any questions so far? Gets naman yung difference ng T subclass of? Ayan. So I should have obstacle object right here. It is get and set. And you see, it is a blue, meaning an obstacle a object reference mismo. It is there in the world or something. But you see it's purple right here. It is looking for a class. Alright, you see, ayan. It's an object reference. This is a class reference. So those are the difference of those two. Gets? Gets naman?
I think so, sir.
Basta ano, kung may plano ka mag-spawn ng something, I would use T subclass of. There's no way else, I guess. Ayan, T subclass of. But if you want the object reference, you can just use ito.
So, can you use it po ba together?
Pwede. Let's say, nag-spawn ako. Let's imagine here. Spawn actor. Right? How do we use it together? If I need a reference of this, sorry.
Mali pa yung...
Ay, okay.
Is there a way to like, parang have those two instead of like parang you just use T subclass and the other one.
Which is
Like,
okay.
just join it. Just parang join it pero the same ano lang po siya.
Same variable?
Yes, sir.
Not really. Oh. Kasi yung isa, it's only for class references lang. Like if I want the only way you can use class reference is if you want, let's say, to get the to get the class. Or if you want it to spawn using that class. Ayun. That's the only way you can use it. Ito kasi you need an object that is already in the world. Then you can use that for, let's say, get class or something, whatever. But you're not able to spawn with this. There's no way for you to spawn with using this unless it is already in the world.
Okay, sir.
Ito naman, you can spawn with this, but you cannot set the class to whatever you spawn or something. Basta hanggang class reference lang.
Okay, sir. Gets ko na po.
Okay. If you're gonna make it work together, which I thought we were gonna say, eto, I could set the obstacle object, which is yung ito, to whatever I spawn, in case I want that to happen.
Sir, yung T subclass po, you can also use arrays naman po on the blueprint. No, sir.
Yes. So, to make arrays in C++, you use T-array. And then inside, you can do T subclass of. So it's gonna be a bit weird.
Good, sir.
And then this is obstacle array. So what does this mean? I created an array of the class reference of yung mga pickup. That's what it just means. Let me just make this U property edit anywhere and blueprint read only. Wait. So if I compile that, I should be able to see a array. So if I add an element, let me just extend this. Ayan, now I have an array of class references. So if you want multiple kinds of classes here, like yung object natin, yung obstacle natin, diba? There's like a tall obstacle, a short obstacle, mga ganun. Ayun. T-array. So si T-array is basically just the arrays of of Unreal editor, pero mas malakas siya in way na it has functions such as like remove or add, etc.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this is the array. So where else can you use the array? You can use the array if you want, let's say, a array of all the spawned obstacle or spawned pickups. So since na-spawn na siya, I just call a class a pickup instead of t sub class of. So mangyari is this will be an array of object references, yung mga na-spawn na. Ito kasi is an array of the classes. So this would be like pickup, spawned pickup. So if I do this again, let's make this to read write. Oops. Sorry, I missed the capital U. Uy. My bad. Right, these are pointers nga pala. So it should be a pointer. And I believe that should be it. Okay. So you'll see naman, I have another spawn. But there's no way for me to pick anything because I have nothing that is spawned in spawned na pickup. Unlike this one, these are classes that I have created here. Okay? Gets naman?
Hi, sir. Gets. Oh.
So itong si obstacle array, I can get like a random. And I believe there should also be a equal C++ function or random. So let's try it out. Obstacle array dot random. Wala. So you have to make your own random. So para siyang array. Obstacle array. There should be obstacle array dot size. No, length. No. What did they use? Count. Nope. Huh. Num, sorry. They use num. That's the amount of arrays inside. So we can use this with the whatever random function there is. Okay? Can't tell when to use Blueprint and when to use C++. So for project 1 right now, you just use C++ to practice yung C++ nyo. But when it comes to the project 2, that is when you can choose which one, right? So again, kapag C++, usually base class lang. Usually. If you think there's gonna be some heavy calculation or complex arithmetic, whatever, it looks better in code, C++. Usually, you don't naman eh. But in any case, pwede naman in Blueprint eh. It's really up to you. And that's what's gonna happen in their second project. There's some na kailangan talaga C++, nakasabi naman sa document. Everything else is up to you. Pwede Blueprint. So child classes like obstacle. Yes. So our main okay, let's say C pickup. Our base class of pickup is a C++, but the child classes should be Blueprint. Ayan. Kasi in the Blueprint, sa mga child classes, you can change yung mesh, yung whatever. Ayun. Okay. Do we make variables functional? Bias and use. Do we make variables for the C++ and use Blueprint to give them values? But at the same time, there is a method to do that in C++. Okay. So, it really depends kung ano yung dapat ang, I mean, yun nga, like adding sounds or spawning emitters, yung mga special effects. That is Blueprint. Because you cannot do that sa C++. Alright, pero ito, variables, functions, components, yes. I will do it to C++. There is a certain limit lang talaga. And you'll find out when you code them. Specific values, I will go with Blueprint mismo. Kasi if you think about it, it's the designer who's gonna change that and not us. Sure, we can give a default value, but that's it. Just default value lang. Sila na bahala sa actual values in the Blueprint. Okay. Okay, any more questions? Sige, last. I want to talk to you guys about child actor components. This one, I'll try to make it as simple as I can. So here, remember that what was requested of you guys is when you create an obstacle or a pickup, I wanted you guys to use child actor component. Using this kasi will automatically make it as a child of this actor, and then I can also change the child actor class here. The other way kasi would have been like spawn actor from class and then attach to actor component. This one kind of works. What I found out was more than one actor being attached would unattach the other ones or something. Yun yung nangyayari for me. So this one I wouldn't use. If I really wanted to be a child, I would use child actor component. Yung iba ba? Did you use also child actor component? Yung sa project nyo? When you spawned a obstacle or a pickup, did you use add child actor component? Of course, Blueprint, yes. Lahat naman gumamit nun, no? Okay, sige. Kasi, if you search, para that I will delete it. Yes, correct. Right, okay. Now, the thing is, if you search online how to create an add child actor component, iba-iba yung lumalabas and some of it was not working for me. So this one, I'll give you an example na lang of it para pwede gamitin yun. Kasi it's also a headache. Right now, there's not much documentation about it from Unreal mismo, right? So I'd say add child actor component UE5 C++. Puro forums lang. If you check the from Unreal mismo, it's just this. Doesn't tell you how to properly set the child actor to the actor. Sorry, how to add the child actor component to the actor. There's nothing. Yung forums, you can see na iba-iba yung binibigay nilang ano. O, di ba? May mga register on components created. But you see the others naman is just add component. Yung iba naman, attach to. There's just so many different ways. But I don't know, right? You will come to that point. You go insane. So there are some ways to do it. I found 2 ways for you to do it. So you have child actor component. Okay. You can't oh sorry, let me go straight to the point. Remember we use create default sub object? Right? This function only works in the constructor. If it's outside the constructor, it doesn't work. No matter what, it will not work. Because again, it only works when you create the child actor. Alright, so this one does not work. I'm just typing it, pero this does not work outside of the constructor. So let's keep that clear. There are 2 ways. We have add component. Oops. Add component. So this one, wait, did I use this? Di pala. Ano ginamit ko? Add. What did I use? Add component. Oh my, I forgot what I used. Sige, try natin na lang. We have view actor, view child actor component, child actor is equal to add component, add on component. Oh my. Sorry, namutan ko child actor. Hold on, okay. Let's go search it again. Oh, right. This not work for me. Ah, right. Okay. It was new object. New object is the one that worked for me. New object. And then, so this one is not like hindi siya like spawn actor. New object, I think, is used for some mga components. So in this case, new object, new child actor component. And then the parent will be this. Okay. So again, see, new object only works sa mga component. So from here, I will do child actor arrow register component. After register component, ang register component, it's gonna spawn it. It's gonna spawn the component. So from here, I want this child actor to attach to me. in the, let's say, root component. And I can set the transform rules. So F attach. Sorry. Okay. F attachment transform rules. I will use. You can use whatever, keep relative or keep world. I'll show you what it looks like in Blueprint also. And then finally, I want to set the class. Child actor. Set child actor class. And I will use C pickup. I named it obstacle. Whatever. I use obstacle. Hold on. Obstacle dot get. Huh. I don't know if they should work. Just obstacle. Okay, fine. Get. Okay. So what happened is I created the component and then registered it. Register, ayun, it's gonna render na on the actor mismo. I attached it and then set child. I set the class of it. So try natin compile. While that's happening, I just want to... Ooh. Piece of class off. Okay. I'm guessing if I need to include here. Include pickup.h. I hope that that will work. Okay. So right now I'm just gonna make it visible by adding a static mesh. Oh no, sphere. I just want to show a sphere here. I just want to make it visible, and then my tile. Let me just remove this one. The tile, I just want to show the, let's say, plane, just so we can see it. So BP tile, I put it here. Ay, tsaka yung obstacle BP pickup. Okay. If I play, don't crash. Okay. Di siya crash. Di siya crash pero nawawala siya. Ayan, nag-spawn siya dito. Nag-spawn siya dyan. Kahit nag-attach ako. Ay, sorry. Not keep world. Keep relative. Meaning I want it... What? Yeah, keep relative. I could even set location. No. Set local... What's this? Set world. Location. Effector. (0050). Okay, I'm just showing you. Right now I'm just showing you. Muna. Let me just do that. Any questions so far? So ang important is itong part. Register. This one is just for me to show, to make it, just bring it up. This one is what kind of attachment. So see, attachment transform rules. There's relative, there's world, there's snap. And I hope that sounds familiar to you, and I'll show you guys later why it should be familiar. Ayan. And so here's our child class, and if I move my BP tile, sumasama si pickup. Okay. So if you remember, keep world, keep keep world, keep relative. That should look familiar because when you try to attach a yung attach dito, it's the same thing. It uses the same rules. Keep world, keep relative, snap. Keep world, keep relative, snap. It's the same thing as ito. In this case kasi, what do they use? Attach component to component. Yeah. Parang it sets for everything. Hindi siya specifically just location. Alright? So if I remove this naman, it should spawn, but instead of being above 50, yung bola, it should pop up in the middle of the tile. Tinas ko lang kasi na 50 eh. That's why it's up here. But it should have been spawned in the middle. Okay? Gets nyo naman to? There should be another way. I remember doing this just a while ago. I have to cast to view child actor component. Any questions so far? Before I try testing it out again? None? Then sige. I will... Let me just... I can copy this siguro for you guys to... Oh, no, sorry. Let me make it the code. Paano ulitin? Was it this? No. Right. Ito. Double rate. Three. My bad. Boomer, feeling really old. Ayan. This is to create a child actor. There's another way. I may have forgotten it. Hindi ko pa alam. I had to cast something to you, child actor. Ay, okay. Medyo nalalo ko. New child? Nope. Add? Was it really add component? Yeah, it was add component. And then I added you child actor. Nah, I forgot na. But there should be another way. Yung other way kasi it skips this too. It will add it. You add it to the same line. And then you don't need this two anymore. Mangyari is it will just be like this. But ayun nga, hindi ko lang maalala which one was it? Is it this? It looks like this. Forgot na. Add child mode, add my class. Maybe. I think this could be it. But whatever. Okay. I hope I hope you kind of understood this part, naman. It's basically, well, this is one of the ways of creating the child actor component. There's another one, di ko na maalala, but yeah, you could use this code. So if I see this in everyone's, it's okay. It's not copying. Ako mismo nagbigay, so yeah. All right. Any more questions? Do you still want me to teach you guys how to fix your code if you can't build your project? Okay. So let's say I forgot a semicolon here. If I try to build it, of course, mag-error siya. In some cases kasi you tend to forget to compile before you closed it and pushed it to your repository. And what happens when you pull from your repository? Enhance input system. High chance you used the blank template here. That happened to me. I tried to fix it. I tried to fix it. It didn't work. It just didn't work for me. I had to create a new one. I tried to do something based on whatever was asked for in the error, pero wala. I ended up creating a new project. It's okay. Normally with the git ignore that I sent, ito lang dapat ang nasa GitLab nyo. Si config, content, source. Not even VS config. Alright. And remember kanina, may error, right? Pwede natin na fix. So if I try to double click this, and I try to make it build, so give it some time, but may lalabas na window na it's trying to build it, but it will eventually end up saying this cannot be built. So I think it's somewhere, should be appearing. I'll just close this.
Sir, ano po yung blank template?
Baka nagawa mo sa blank template. Kasi for some reason, the blank template uses the outdated version, si 5.1 or something.
What was that, sir? Na-cut off po kayo.
Ay, sorry. May chance na yung ginamit mo na template is blank. Did you?
Okay, sir.
Ata. Or wait lang. Let me double check that. So, let me just show this. So right now, endless Ionic cannot be compiled. The only way to fix that is to try to fix the code. So, I will generate the Visual Studio files para lalabas si Visual Studio project. Ayan. So, it's generating. Ayan, may solution na. In here, this is the only way you can try to fix it by fixing your code. You have to find out where it is. Usually, lalabas naman sa log dito eh. Sometimes the log would pop up some unrelated errors, like it's not something that you coded. Let's see. If I try to build, and it failed. So how do we check it? Where is that? View error list. Oh. Is it still checking it? It's still checking it. So hinahanap pa niya. I'm waiting for Telesis to find that error. Ayan. So, usually, maglalabas siya ng mga errors dito like this. This one, I don't really mind. I only want to look for that the classes that I've made, which is itong CPP. Which is just missing a semicolon before the identify your child actor. Ito. So, I put a semicolon here. If I try to play this, it should be okay na. Then, I will try. Ayun. So, kapag na-fix mo na yung problems and you try to play it, lalabas na yung Unreal. Meaning, there's no more problems with your code. Everything should work and it should run. So, sometimes it may not be this simple. Sometimes, baka sasabihin niya, wala siyang class na something. Like yung kanina, right? Yung wala akong pickup class na naidig. Or like a obstacle here. So if that happens, you can try to comment it out. And then run it. It should work. And then try to fix it after running the editor. How to make Unreal Engine faster? Lagay mo sa SSD. That is the only way. Kung wala kang SSD, yeah, there's really no other way talaga. Any tips when reading the error log? Yeah, for error logs, let's just look for the red lines. Most of the time, it's usually like right before the end, yung mga errors. Usually. So when it comes to the like more complicated ones, ayun, you have to like really read through it. It's something to do with yung code mo. Like ito. Pick up. If I try to run it and close the live coding, it will error. Sorry, no, not that one. Again. Uy. Okay. Usually it will show something. Right now, I'm not sure. Baka di niya pinapakita. Yeah. Sometimes Unreal can really be a headache. If that happens, just close it, open it again, and then compile. So right now, walang error, even though I know there's an error somewhere. It's because it's already been built na. Unlike kanina where it has no solution, may mga missing. Yan. Or, ba't di ka lumalabas? Saan errors mo? Ayan. This is the error that I'm looking for. This. It'll just say unable to find class with name pickup. That just means you might have misspelled it. Unless there's no such thing as pickup talaga. Mga ganun. Right now kasi medyo madidala yung mga errors ko ngayon eh. It's just simple errors that you can find easily. But later on, it might become more difficult. And kung di nyo ma-solve, you can always just message me. Then we can solve it together. Truly. Okay, any questions? Maybe that's it lang for today. I can try to post the other way of doing this, the one where you don't need this. I can try to post it for you guys to check it out na rin. But yeah. After session, sure. After the session, you guys can ask naman questions. Consult. Okay. Sige. Yes, I'll post this recording. It's right here. I just have to post it lang sa YouTube. Okay? No more questions? All good? Okay. I think okay naman kayong lahat. In any case, just watch this again kung may kailangan kayong something. Alright, so yeah, that's it for today. Yung mga gusto magpa-consult, just stay by and we can talk about it after class. In any case, everyone else, you guys can go, enjoy your night, and ingat kayo.